And welcome, and this is not the NBA 2K12, and yes, this is the inaugural NBA 2K14. This is the first ever video for NBA 2K14 since NBA 2K12 has erased the lost the data, and unfortunately, 2K12 has been lost the data and did not get it work. So now we're going to heading for Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. We're heading for the first ever NBA 2K14 matchup as the interconference duo between Josh Smith with the Detroit Pistons take on Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's gonna be a good game now, and for this game, Pistons gonna use the white shirts and the Thunder gonna use some dark blue shirts. It's gonna be our first ever NBA 2K14 game. Now let's check out and gonna check those stats between Kevin Durant and Josh Smith. So anyways, here we are. We're sending over to Kevin Harlan here in Oklahoma. Let's check this out.
This is the NBA on 2K Sports. Welcome, fans. Friday Hoops Fest coming up next. It's the Detroit Pistons going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And with the opening tip, let's go out to Oklahoma City and join our broadcast team of Kevin Harlan, Clark Kellogg, and Steve Kerr.
The NBA on 2K Sports. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. This is Kevin Harlan. Now a chance to check out our starting lineups. First for the Pistons, Jennings out there with Rodney Stuckey. And it's Andre Drummond at 6'11", 275 pounds, the big athletic presence out of the University of Connecticut inside the center. Then it's Smith, and it's Monroe in at the 4. And looking at the Thunder, the backcourt is Westbrook and Cephalosha. And in the paint, holding down the pivot, a physical and cruising big man at 6'10", Big Perk, Kendrick Perkins. And it's Durant, and it's Ibaka in the power forward position.
You know, Detroit, despite how they struggled, did a few good things last year, even though they fell way short of the playoffs. But playing against the Western Conference, playing well against the Western Conference, wasn't one of the things they did well.
Patch. That was nice, and I used the port and the HD ports. So now, as you can see, I used the ESPN scoreboard.
And it's the Pistons.
And I forgot I will use the camera mode and turn on the camera action for 2K. Let's get to turn on the camera mode.
Stuckey outside.
And unfortunately, I forgot to use from 5-minute halves. I forgot to use 5 minutes. I didn't use this for the Pistons and Thunder. I forgot to use from 5-minute halves. As you can see, there is the EuroLeague. I checked the EuroLeague here. We got Alba in Berlin. You see there's Real Madrid, and you see with Luka Doncic. So we're gonna turn on the 5-minute halves, and I use the Hall of Fame right now. So let's check out. We'll continue.
Welcome to 2K Sports. Glad to have you with us for a little NBA basketball.
Playing 5-minute
Sunday
halves
in the NBA.
Skip the annoying copyright.
Welcome to this. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams.
And right, guys.
First for the Pistons, Jennings out there with Rodney Stuckey. And it's Andre Drummond at 6'11", 275 pounds, the big athletic presence out of the University of Connecticut inside.
Oh my god, Drummond start off with a power dunk and even replay.
Putting on a show for these people.
Play here. Okay, so it's sending over to Kevin Harlan. Look at the smooth, nice, amazing graphics screen. I like this replay. So now, anyways, we're sending over to Kevin Harlan in Oklahoma City. Enjoy! This is going to be the first ever NBA 2K14. Let's get started.
I cannot believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Are you kidding me?
Oh, man. Might as well flaunt it if you've got it, Clark. That drops. Well, you can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
Thunder on D. Jennings kicks to Smith. And it's blocked by Perkins. Westbrook against Jennings. Westbrook with it. Ibaka with the screen on Jennings. Westbrook kicks to Ibaka. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook.
You know, one thing with Scott Brooks, guys, he's very consistent with his message. You listen in on those timeouts. It's all about getting stops. Defense, 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 and letting their offense come from that.
Such a wide open look. So here's Westbrook. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Kevin, thank you. I spoke with the Pistons head coach for just a bit. I asked him what he thought would be the key for them, and he told me dealing with the penetration of Russell Westbrook. He's one of the most explosive athletes in the game. We've got to send him to... help and rotate early to deny him finishes at the rim. Guys, that's never easy.
Thanks, Doris. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. And Clark, you mentioned Brooks' single-mindedness. He stayed pretty constant with his rotations, too.
And there's no doubt players appreciate knowing their role, but you know, a lot of critics have been surprised at how Brooks has stuck to his lineups. Some lineups that didn't seem to be all that effective. You know, his usual starting lineup with Cephalosha and Perkins on the floor hasn't been their best in terms of plus-minus, but Brooks very loyal to his starting group.
And Drummond throws it down.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make in a close game, a potential momentum builder.
That's good. Westbrook's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three.
Very well done. He is a confident, dynamic scorer.
Put together a great team, fans can get a little wild. When you put together a great team that's exciting to watch too, then they really get wild. And that's what you have to deal with when you go to Oklahoma City. A great team with terrific fans. Guys, that's simply superb. Ball pressure, a run out, and then a dunk in transition.
Exactly, Clark, what they wanted. The aggressive defense to lead to.
Yeah, points in transition.
Yeah, that's why you want to make the other team feel uncomfortable handling the ball, because you can get easy points out of it at the other end.
Boy, the prettiest play in basketball to me. Executed to perfection.
I don't think you're going to get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop.
Well, unless you're the team getting dunked on, of course.
And back to these great fans in Oklahoma City. They hosted the Hornets for one season in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina, you recall. And Steve really showed what a great crowd they could be for a team.
Kevin, I agree. And I think that season when they hosted the Hornets, I think that showed the league that Oklahoma City was ready to become a franchise. And that's why the move from Seattle to Oklahoma City was allowed by the league, because the city had proven that they would support the club.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Your Redcoats checked in for Monroe. Kyle Zingler comes in for Josh Smith. And Chauncey Billups has subbed in for Brandon Jennings. The Pistons working the ball around now. And Billups, here we go. Jerebko kicks to Stuckey. There's the foul. It's on Jeremy Lamb. That is his first foul of the game.
Well, he tried to step in and cut him off, but just not quick enough.
And we have the benefit of replay, but I think they got that one right, which is the case most times, even though fans don't think so.
Charlie Villanueva's checked in for the Pistons. Caldwell Pope comes in for Rodney Stuckey.
He's a lights-out shooter with deep range and a quick release. This guy can really fill it up from the outside.
In the gym range, we call that, Steve. Anywhere in the building, kind of like you in your playing days. He's a decent ball handler, still developing in that area. But he can hit shots off the dribble, too, in a pull-up fashion. Love that. Outstanding athleticism. He's more than just a spot-up shooter. This guy has a lot of game.
The Thunder with the lead. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
Detroit really is one of the younger teams in the league as far as their core and future are concerned. It's always nice to kind of think, what might they become going forward? But they are going to struggle at times, especially on the road.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Adams, he's checked in for Hashim Thabit. And Kevin Durant is subbed in for Thabo Sefolosha.
Looked like he rushed that one, guys. The defense was out of position. He was wide open, just couldn't take advantage.
The shot's good from Jerebko. And it's a tie ball game. Oh boy, looks like he was injured there.
Injuries are such a difficult part of this game.
And from a glance, you really can't tell just how bad it is, but he's going to come out and we'll find out now how bad it is. He may be done for the game.
Kendrick Perkins, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Here's Lamb. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. And now the Pistons, fast break for the finish. Now then. Finish the break, throw down with force.
Rising high to throw that one down.
Sky high, fantastic one-hand jam.
Yeah, what a way to wrap up that possession.
Pistons did have big problems getting wins on the road, and that is one of the reasons why the fans were a bit frustrated with how the team developed over the course of last year. Steve, they just couldn't finish off games when they were the road team.
Yeah, that's right, Kevin. Just 11 and 30 away from the Palace. And, you know, when you're a young team, it takes a lot of mental toughness and growth to be able to close out games on the road. It's something they're still learning.
Well, Clark, we've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
Yeah, we sure have. I mean, it's been a bit of a windshield wiper game. I mean, back and forth, the lead has gone 5 times, so no one in clear control yet.
I think both teams feel like they can win. They both have confidence. So we'll see which team can kind of ride the momentum and take control of this game. Boy, has there been any defense played yet in this game?
Nope, this game has been all about rapid-fire offense early.
And Villanueva kicks to Billings. Banked in off the glass.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
No, it's off the chart. It really is, and defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down. Some of those lanes to the hoop.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented, for plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
It was a great dunk, and also a great game we've got here.
It's the end of the first with a tie game here, and already these offenses, Clark, are clicking. And we'll return shortly. Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And when you consider how the Thunder are doing, Steve, Clark, what do you think?
And I thought the key to that first quarter, guys, was the turnovers they faced with that aggressive defense.
Well, the defense, as you said, Steve, has been really aggressive, and it's paid off for them a few times already.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Guys, Kevin Durant last season joined the exclusive 180 club. Over 50% from the field, 40% from three-point territory, and 90% from the line. It's the gold standard of shooting efficiency, something only 5 other players have done in NBA history. It was a goal of his going into the season, but his ultimate goal still remains, to to win an NBA title. He said, quote, "The hunger is always there. That's my goal every year, to get to the top of the mountain." Guys, he knows it's a long road, but they've gotten so close. We'll see if this is his year.
Yeah, championship mentality, Doris. Good point. Thanks.
Hey, we all know how hard it was for the Thunder going into last season to trade away their sixth-man star, James Harden, but it was something that had to be done. They really missed his playmaking ability, though, and I think they missed him in the locker room, too. That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Westbrook with the steal. By himself. Throws down the breakaway jam. Breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Thunder.
They've come out in attack mode defensively, applying pressure and stealing the ball repeatedly.
Well, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Smith's shot is good. And for the Thunder, a financial decision to trade away Harden. They've already tied up Steve Money in big contracts to Durant, and to Westbrook, Ibaka, and Perkins.
And Kevin, I think a lot of people question why they didn't keep Harden and maybe move Ibaka or Perkins. I think Perkins would have been maybe the best option, but he's really looked at as their best post defender and a guy who brings leadership and toughness. So it was a very difficult decision, but there's no doubt this team missed James Harden.
Here's Fisher, and that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 3 assists now in this one. Pistons trail by 3. Jennings with the ball. Now guarded by Fisher. Stucky can't get it to go.
That's a shot you've got to take if you're looking for the three-pointer. I mean, the defense was nowhere around.
And stolen by Jennings. Poke loose. And Ibaka kicks to Westbrook. Lays it up and banks it in. And it's a 5-point Thunder lead.
It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but now he's definitely found his stride and rhythm.
And with Harden out of OKC, you knew that Russell Westbrook would have a lot of burden on his shoulders to be a playmaker, and he responded. I think he was very active last year in terms of distributing the ball.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. And for Westbrook playing alongside Durant, some have said he needs to be more of a passer, less of a scorer. Mark at that point guard position.
I think that's some of the most misguided criticism that anybody could levy at him. He is a scorer. He is an aggressive, attacking guard. I just think he has to play to his strengths, and that's where he is, and that's who he is. And I think he's fantastic. I don't think there's anybody that's more dangerous in the backcourt than Russell Westbrook.
Kevin Durant's checked in for Oklahoma City. Cephalosha comes in for Derek Fisher.
You know what I love about Durant, Kevin, is the fact that he can be cruising along, and then all of a sudden he'll just kick it into high gear. He gets his points quietly at times because it comes so effortlessly. But when the game's on the line, he can get hot and just bury you.
Steve, if you were just going to dream up a score, a machine-like, video game-like score, KD, Kevin Durant, is what you would come up with. Long, lean, can shoot it deep, ball skills, and the attitude and aggressiveness of a late-game closer.
There's 1:40 left to play here in the second quarter.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam. You're right.
If he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
One of the problems for the Pistons last season was they always seemed to come out after halftime flat. Just couldn't sustain the kind of intensity and focus needed to win consistently. That was a big part of why they had such a tough year.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Kevin, the Thunder are often seen as getting into one another during games in what looks like heated arguments. But that is the culture they want, as every player can... hold each other accountable. Coach Scott Brooks described it saying, "I'm with them every day. Did they have some competitive moments? Absolutely. But that's how we work here. We challenge each other. It gets chippy. You can't argue with the results, even if it looks like they are always at each other's throats, guys."
I believe it. Those must make for some good battles, Doris. Thanks. And we may have an injury here that does not look good.
Yeah, Clark, that did not look good. Let's keep our fingers crossed that it's nothing too serious.
Boy, you can't help but feel for him. One moment you're doing what you do best, and the next, the situation's really out of your hands. I really hope he's okay.
Well, going back to the Pistons, the third quarter for them was by far their worst scoring quarter. Several points lower than any other quarter they played in, and with the sample size you get over the course of a season, that is no accident.
Well, you know, what you think about now with a team like this is that if it's young, maybe they're not used to the tweaks and the adjustments that other teams are making happen over the halftime break. So this is an area for improvement for this Detroit team.
Here's Jennings. The basket good off the assist from Billups. Jennings has got his second bucket.
Fantastic pass. He turned that one into a pretty easy basket for his teammate.
Durant just inside the line. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
You know, he's putting on an outstanding offensive display, and he may just be getting warmed up here.
The drive by Jennings. Here's Singler. Here's Monroe. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Monroe's got 4 points now in the quarter. 5 seconds left here in the second. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And that concludes the first half. Thunder lead by 8. And we'll have the start of the second half when we come back after the break. But right now, let's go over to Damon Bruce with the Sprint Halftime Show.
And now, brought to you by Sprint. Hi and welcome. Halftime report coming your way with an excellent game going on in Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City up on top against Detroit. Their offense has been prolific, moving the ball, getting tons of shots, different looks, options everywhere, around the rim, downtown, mid-range. How do you want it? The first half performance of Russell Westbrook was inspiring. He has 13 points, and he's stacking up the assists too, keeping the defense off balance with his passing. And on the other hand, the Pistons still alive. They've been relentless attacking the rim, dominating in points in the paint, and the bodies down low have been banging away. Andre Drummond has been outstanding. The bucket looks about 5 feet wide for him. He hasn't missed one shot. Can you believe it? That'll be all for this episode. It's in the books. I'm all done reading. Thanks so much for watching. Enjoy the second half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And the second half about to start here in just a few moments.
Well, Westbrook has been great. 13 points and 6 assists. This game is all about him right now.
He is in full domination mode, guys.
Durant. And stolen by Jennings. And now the Pistons fast break. Jennings is running. And the dunk. By Smith.
assist. Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close to the game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
Stuckey drives inside. And yes, sir, that one drops.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
Well, he's a really difficult cover because if he gets anywhere near the rim, he can finish. Great strength, the ability to convert in the lane. Boy, that's tough to defend.
And applies even if he has to absorb contact getting to the rim.
You know, because Josh Smith doesn't put up huge numbers in any one area of the game, he sometimes gets overlooked for what he does on the floor. One of the most versatile big men in the game.
Up and in on every one of their first 3 shots to start the second half.
Durant for 3. That doesn't go either for Durant.
And offensively, they have yet to hit a shot. Slow start here to the second half.
And a foul called on Russell Westbrook. That'll be his second foul of the game. Steve, you mentioned Smith's versatility. Clark, there's no doubt he really fills up a stat sheet.
Points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks. Kevin, he does it all, really, and pretty tough defense, too. An all-star caliber player, there's no doubt about that.
Here's Jennings, right through the D for the layup. Jennings has got 6 points.
Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse.
Oklahoma City's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half.
You know, with the recent success of Oklahoma City, you forget that in Kevin Durant's first season, they started out going 3-29, and I tell you what, you talk about their success, it's due to the resilience and perseverance and leadership of Kevin Durant and the rest of those guys.
And the Thunder pushing it up now. Durant's running, and Westbrook gets it to go on the assist by Durant. Now it's a 5-point Thunder lead.
You know, the first thought from the defense there was to protect the rim, so that's why he was open for that transition 3.
Jennings kicks to Monroe, takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Incredible. Timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
Well, there is a culture of hard work, as Clark was talking about, the perseverance for this Oklahoma City Thunder organization. Their star players, Steve, get a lot of credit, but it's the whole organization, don't you think?
No question. It's the culture that was set. Scott Brooks has continued to kind of establish that atmosphere in the locker room. And they have players who just want to work. And want to get better. And when you have a large group of people all with that same approach, you're going to be very successful.
The pass to Durant. The jumper. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
Well, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
Outside Jennings. Drummond. He's covered by Collison. Stuckey drives inside. No good. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. They've led by as much as 10. Durant kicks to Lamb. And that one's good.
Heard the whistle and still kept his focus, able to knock that down.
And that is not easy, Steve. I mean, to take the bump, to maintain control of your body, and put it in the hole, tremendous play.
Catching up on the change is for Oklahoma City. Perkins comes in for Nick Collison. Tabo Cephalosha subbed in for Serge Ibaka.
Yeah, he had not established position.
You know, I prefer the refs to whistle with a block when in doubt. I thought that was a good call there.
Russell Westbrook in for Reggie Jackson. The drive by Monroe. The finger roll finish at the bucket. Monroe's got 8.
That's what has to happen if they're going to turn this thing around. He's got to take charge. He's got to be aggressive and really look to push here offensively.
Villanueva with the steal. Goes up. A huge... Slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
And that's a nice finish for the big fella there. I mean, he used his length very well under the basket.
There may be more athletic players around the league, but Steve, not many bigger ones.
And I'll tell you what, Kevin, I'd like to see him even take advantage of that size more often on the offensive end and be more aggressive.
You know, often when we think of freakish athleticism in the NBA, it's those with strength and explosiveness like LeBron or Dwight Howard. But Kevin Durant physically is unique in his own right. Sure, he's got a slight build, but his mobility for his height, unparalleled.
A flawless finish on the alley-oop. And the Thunder lead by 10.
Soft touch. On both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
You know, I got to say, Clark, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going to go.
We saw it ended up right where it was supposed to, in the basket.
It sure did.
I don't think anybody knew where it was going to go.
Gets it to go. You think about the length of Kevin Durant, reach of a center with the fluidity, Steve, of a guard.
Such a rare combination, Kevin, and it gives them a huge advantage at both ends of the floor. I mean, defensively, you think about the blocks and the steals and the rebounds, and then offensively, the ability to play above his opponents.
Here's Smith.
Oh, get it! Oh, watch out now. Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, now's when they need a little spark anyway.
Durant, Villanueva covering, Perkins. And count the basket, he was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Exceptional play to take the bump and still get it up and down.
Yeah, way to stay with it and look to finish the play right there.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Collison's out there. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Drummond passes to Ureco. Pistons passing it around. And the shot is good from Stuckey.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Lamb dishes to Westbrook. Working on Drummond. It's Westbrook with the drive. Collison. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Collison's got his first points of the game.
He's been key for this team's offense the way he's distributed the ball.
Yeah, you know, the offense is just moving through him, Steve, no doubt.
And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Oklahoma City out in front. They lead by 8. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. Well, welcome back as we get set to start. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Oklahoma City.
They continue to run and gun throughout the game, guys.
Something else they've done is forced a lot of mistakes defensively. They've been turning those turnovers into points. Really hard to decide, guys, which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Clark, there's no wrong answer to that one, my friend. Sensational alley-oop all the way around.
All of the above. They are killing them with that three-point shot here in the second half.
Well, the defense fully stretched out trying to stop that shot and still not able to get it done.
And this game is really heated up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, there's always room for more offense, Steve. You know that.
Fisher, covered by Monroe, shoots a three, and the Thunder another three.
There's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes in this defense.
It should be easy to correct, though, if you start making the right rotations defensively.
And there's the call on Derek Fisher. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Pistons, Josh Smith, he's checked in for Urebko. Kyle Singler comes in for Rodney Stuckey. And Chauncey Billups is subbed in for Brandon Jennings. And Fisher kicks to Jones. And that comes off the assist by Derek Fisher. And the Thunder lead by 12.
And assists like that have typified their effort today. Great ball movement.
Really an example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
And stolen by Singler. Dishes to Smith. Feeds to Drummond. Pass to Monroe. Outside Billups. And the basket good. A bank shot that time.
It was almost like he was surprised to be that wide open, yet he knocked it down.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Detroit making a switch. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Over the last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Scott Brooks said to his team. He said, no time to waste, fellas. We've got to pick it up right now if we're going to make a comeback and try to win this thing. Let's go all out. Back to you.
Thank you, Doris. And the shot is good.
He really made that mismatch pay off. A defender giving up that much size isn't going to be able to put up much resistance near the basket.
A three. Another three for Detroit.
I'm not sure who was supposed to pick him up, but somebody's going to get an earful from the coach for leaving him that wide open.
The kick out to Westbrook. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
Right back at you. They immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading punches, that's how you answer.
In low to Monroe.
You really got to be exactly on the same page to connect on that long alley-oop.
And even then, it's a tough play.
Yeah, the pass and the catch, both next to impossible. They pulled it off.
Now here's Westbrook. He kicks to Durant. They find Jay on the way. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Durant's got 23.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding. They are piling up the assists.
For the Thunder, Kendrick Perkins. He's checked in for Hashim Thabit. Baca comes in for Adams. And Tabo Cephalosha subbed in for Derek Fisher.
And the buckets always coming in bunches for him. And right now, they are really rolling.
It's taken away by Stuckey. Now, here's the fast break. Stuckey leading the way. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Stuckey's got 10 points in just the second half.
Good aggressive finish on the break.
That's as easy a 2 points as you could ask for.
Back to Durant. The 8-footer. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. 25 points for Kevin Durant.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Billups with the ball. Now guarded by Cephalosha. Good.
The defenders need to talk to each other. The communication lacking there on that three-pointer.
Durant kicks to Westbrook. The feed now to Cephalosha. And stolen by Stuckey. Deflected. It's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. They're down by 5. 1:05 left here in the fourth quarter. Left in the fourth quarter. Billups passes to Smith.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of player. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points. not the dramatic.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
I'm with you, Kevin. You can't fault him for that. I mean, just let him go. Who cares? Boy, he should have made that one. He had plenty of cushion between himself and the defender.
Coming with the jam.
That is a clutch shot if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, very gutsy there. What more can you say? He got it done at the best time.
Westbrook dishes to Cephalosha. Trains it from downtown.
He is bombing in today. How many more threes are we going to see from him?
Well, we've already seen plenty. The majority of his points have come on that shot.
Stucky into the lane. And the rejection by Ibaka. And now it's Cephalosha running. He can go all the way. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Every point they get now puts them one step closer to the W.
If they're not there already, Steve, just tremendous all-around game of basketball they play.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They trail by 6. 23 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What do you think, guys?
I think they have to go for a three right now, don't you, Clark?
Yeah, I don't think they have any choice but to go for the three, Steve.
Brandon Jennings. He's checked in for Chauncey Billups.
Showing us a little force on that putback there.
And there was no way he was going to let that chance slip away.
No, sir.
You got to love his positioning as the shot went up. He anticipated that play.
And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, you got to freeze the clock. I mean, that's the enemy in this situation.
A few misses at the line, and they're in good shape.
That's good, going 1 and 2 from the line, and that puts them up by 5. Detroit's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Jennings kicks to Stucky. Smith on the wing. Buries it from outside. And now they foul and stop the clock. First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so both free throws are good. Well, it's a 4-point ballgame.
And that ought to do it. I think any chance for a miracle comeback just went out the window with those free throws.
Here's the three. Misses there. So a close game sees Oklahoma City taking this one. It was tight, but they managed to come up with the win.
You know, nobody wants to lose a close game, Kevin. It's much better to win those tight ones.
And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And now we present the Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
Okay, so we got the first game of the NBA 2K14 with we got scoreboard mods. So now we are going to tomorrow night. On Monday, we'll be heading to Miami, Florida for the second ever NBA 2K14 matchup. Another interconference matchup features Mike Conley and Marc Gasol of the Memphis Grizzlies take on LeBron James in the Miami Heat. And then after that, we're going to Tuesday night, going to Staples Center in LA. We got Stephen Curry of the Golden State Warriors take on Kobe Bryant and Los Angeles Lakers. It's gonna be good game for now. Well, that'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin as the Duke and Florida is on their way to the Final Four as the Oklahoma City Thunder survive over Detroit Pistons in the tight one here in, I think here in Detroit, here in Oklahoma City. So once again, this is Andre Kenshin. Say so long for Chesapeake Energy Arena, and we'll find out we'll go for the Elite Eight on the line. Michigan State, Auburn, and we got Tennessee and Houston. This is Andre Kenshin. Say so long for Chesapeake Energy Arena in Oklahoma City. We'll see you tomorrow on Monday. Will be second ever NBA 2K14. We got Memphis Grizzlies and the Miami Heat. Andre Genshin says so long and sign up and peace out. Good night and thanks for watching. We will see you tomorrow for the Grizzlies and Heat. Peace.